Subscribers of ThePikaWu, Wagwan. I go by the name of Sour from SweetnSourPkmnBattles, and I've got an RU match against Blackie, a good friend of mine, aka SilverHamu4 from YouTube. Her link will be down below. And yeah, let's just look at these teams real quick, okay? Now, what immediately comes to mind is looking at her team. She has nothing to absorb or rapid spin my toxic spikes, which will be set up by my Quillfish, so that's excellent, as it will wear down that Lantern and that Flareon, and it will limit Sceptile's sweeping ability. Speaking of that Sceptile, I'm very worried if it's going to be the SD free attack set, which would consist of Leaf Blade, Earthquake and Rock Slide. That is very threatening these days. The special sets not so much, as if they lack HP Fire, Wormadam, my Wormadam, which is especially defensive, will easily take care of that. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that her Wormadam is the Stealth Rocker and not the Mesprit, so I'm going to lead off my Quillfish, expecting that. I know that some people don't like to see the team preview, but I think it gives a more in-depth analysis of what I'm thinking at that moment in time, as well as how I make certain moves, why I do these certain moves instead of something else probably. But yeah, this is actually our first match, so without further ado, let's get on with the show. As I suspected, she does lead up with the Wormadam, so I'm going to go to my Morphine, the Quillfish, get the Intimidate off, and I'm just going to proceed to taunt it, suspecting her to stay in and go for the Stealth Rocks, but she switches out into her Lucky, the Absol, and I figured that she was bluffing the Psycho Cuts. I'm not sure why, I just felt like she was. So I'm just going to stay in and go for Toxic Spikes, and I take the Night Slash very well, which is excellent, as I'm looking to be a free 4-hit KO. As I get both layers of Toxic Spikes up, as she's just going to proceed to kill me off with the next Night Slash with a crit. Might have mattered depending on min-max variation, but I don't need Quillfish anymore, so it's all good. Aristocats, the Persian, comes out, go for the Fake Out, which does a hefty amount to this Absol. As she's going to go for the Sucker Punch next turn, I figured I could take one and proceed to hit back with a last resort. Stab, Silk Scarf, 140 base power. Not going to live that whatsoever. But unfortunately I'm going to have to death fodder this to the Sceptile just to see what kind of variant it is. And it is a special variant, which is excellent. I see no Life Orb, so that is definitely choice specs probably, as it is already fast enough already. So I'm going to go to my Siesta and take the Energy Ball as I go for the Rain Dance. Now you're probably wondering why I go into Ludicolo and not my Wormadam, which quad resists the grass type move, as it is obviously choice locked into it. As I just want to try and whittle this Wormadam down as low as possible, as I know it's going to be, I'm not sure if I can take it out with my Gallade from that amount of health already, at full health basically. So I just want to whittle this thing down as low as possible so that I can proceed to bring it out my Gallade and take it out. Actually goes for a Sucker Punch, which was like, whoa, what the hell? But it doesn't kill me, and I go for Surf, which is what my plan was. Now I'm going to Gallade, Choice Banded, Adamant, Close Combat is doing a hefty amount of work when I'm using this team, oh my goodness. Since there are so many walls, as RU is known for being stally, and if you've got some raw power with a fighting stab, and it's not psychic, then you're going to get wrecked. As I'm going to switch out, go to my Wormadam, thinking go for the Trick or some sort of utility move, as it does go for the Thunder Wave, and which is excellent, as now my Gyro Ball is powered up, so I'm just going to go for a Gyro Ball on this Flareon, and that does way too much. Wow, that. So I'm definitely thinking this is some sort of offensive variant, which is why I go into Rotom. The offensive variant is confirmed, as she does have the Fire Blast and not Lava Plume, as I surprise her, as I am Choice Scarfed, as she was Choice as well, looking at the damage as that Gyro Ball did, which is powered up by the Thunder Wave. So I go for the Shadow Ball, just in case she wants to switch into her Lantern to get the Volt Absorb. And the reason I went into my Rotom in the first place is because I do have a good investment in HP. So yeah. Now I'm at a bit of an impasse here, since this Lantern does have the Heal Bow, as I thought I could just Toxic Stall it to death. But now that she's shown me that she's got a Heal Bow, I'm going to have to do a really risky play, which is high risk but ultimate gain here. So I'm going to stay in, as I do have to Toxic. And now what I want her to do is go for the heal bell next turn as I switch out into Gallade and get up a choice banded close combat. Now does that happen? And yes it does, so I do not risk the possible burn from the Scald. My Gallade is in here safely, and now you are about to get Main's Lantern. I thought you were a wall. Get out of my RU please, thank you very much. You do not know how powerful this Gallade is. Like I said, Adamant Choice Banded easily maims everything, not Psychic. Actually, he's going to bring out the Mesprit as I am switching out into my Wormdown once again. This is a very good wall, one of the better steel types in RU, better than Bastiodon. I think there's Ferroseed and then there's Wormdown, which is a very good wall. I think those are the two best ones. Oh, and then there's Aggron, obviously. Yeah. But she starts going for the Calm Mind, which kind of scares me since I see T-Wave, Calm Mind, then there's obviously the Stab Psychic. If she has T-Ball, I may be in a world of hurt as I don't have much for a Calm Minding Mesprit. I can only stall it out. But she goes for the Psychic, so which means that tells me that her last move is Ice Beam. Which is okay, so I can successfully stall this out even though the Star Ball is doing a piss-full amount of damage. I'm quite surprised actually. So I'm guessing this Mesprit is much more bulky investment. Yeah. Has more investment in HP than speed, that's what I'm trying to say. Either way, it's looking to be GG right now as this Mesprit is going to go down as she's going to bring a final Pokemon, Sceptile. If she does have the HP Far, that's fine. As I could just go into Gallade, as we all know Gallade does have a very nice special defense stats, and I could take that HP Fire and just go for a close combat to easily destroy that thing, but she doesn't. She later tells me that she has HP Rock, which is obviously from Moltres, as Moltres is a very high threat in IU. As I'm just going to wear it down with Jarball and Poison just like I did with the Mesprit, and that is good game, Blackie. So yeah, that was a pretty tough battle actually. The constant threat of the Sceptile, wondering what set it was, since again that SD free attack set is really dangerous, so I do not like seeing that. Although I see a lot of people using the Unburdened set with the Acrobatics Flying Gem one, which is much easier to handle, thank you, just keep using those please. And as well as the Mesprit, which resists my close combat stab, so... And it's a shame that I couldn't use my classy cats, the Persian, my Aristocat. So I do quite like that set, just Fake Out and Lost Thought. I think Ambipom uses it a bit better as it does have a higher base attack, but Persian can do it well as well. So yeah. I think Cinccino could also learn it, but they'll probably just Protect, then Last Resort, but not really. But either way, if you did like this narration, come check out my channel. As I said before, I'm Sal from SweetnSourPkmnBattle, and if you can already guess, it is a two people actually run the channel. There's me, Sal, obviously, and my best friend Sweets, and we actually do all the tiers, but I don't do Little Cup for my own reasons. So if you like this narration, please subscribe to us, it will really help. And subscribe to ThePikaWu. Thank you very much for allowing me to do this. I greatly appreciate it. And also subscribe to my opponent, Blackie, Silverhammy4. She's a great battler. And yeah, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.